A TikToker named Ashley Lynn bought a house from a family member, thinking it was the perfect place, but after moving in, a series of escalating paranormal events led her to question her own sanity. After being called crazy, she set up a camera in the most active room, torn between wanting proof and being terrified of what she might find. The activity didn't take long to start. One night, every time she tried to relax and watch a movie, a strange knocking would begin upstairs.
Coco keeps looking towards the stairs. And it's freaking me out. Like, I don't want to go upstairs now. But here's what I caught. And I'm sorry if I'm whispering because I don't want it to hear me talk about it because I'm a little scared. But like every time I start my movie, the knocking starts. And it's not 3 knocks in a row. It's just like a knock knock and then a knock knock. Like it's not 3 in a row, but I'm scared.
You can hear the distinct knocks, and you see her cat, Coco, react to them, staring intently towards the stairs. It was subtle, but it was enough to confirm she wasn't just hearing things. The haunting wasn't just limited to sounds though. One morning, she walked downstairs to find a red ball rolling around her dining room. A ball she had never seen before in her life. It would disappear for months, then reappear out of nowhere. The strangest part, her cats wouldn't play with it. They would just stare. Ashley was starting to regret her decision to film. In a later video, she was genuinely terrified by what she had finally captured. The camera in the guest room finally recorded something undeniable.
No one was in the closet. So sometimes I come up here and the closet door is like this. Now, there could be explanations to that, but I came up here because I got a notification on my camera that there was movement. So that's why I came up here and checked the closet. But no one is in the closet. Coco just went in there because, again, she's obsessed with going in closets. I keep this as my extra spare closet with just random shit in it, to be honest, like pillows, blankets, things like that. But Coco doesn't really seem scared of a lot of things, especially if it's going to let her into a closet. Like, she loves it. She loves to be in places she's not supposed to be. See, she's already thinking of ways she can climb. Also, I did check to make sure there's no crawl spaces, like any attic entrances, and there's not. Yeah, so sometimes Coco does look into this room, freaks me out, but again, if it has anything to do with a closet, she's all for it. She loves to be in a closet. It's so weird. Coco, you're not afraid, are you?
The motion alert was triggered by the wardrobe door swinging open on its own. There's no draft, no one upstairs, just a slow, deliberate movement from something unseen. After seeing that footage, Ashley had seen enough. In a final update, she explains that the experience was too much, and she unplugged the camera for good. Her final words on the matter are chilling though.
If it's not evil, it's not hurting me, it's not hurting the cats, we can coexist. I just don't need to see it. Also, that camera is so delayed. Like, all of the notifications come so late, and I could be in here walking around and talking, and I would leave and there'd be like, person detected, and it's like, oh shit, oh nope, that was me, duh. So it is very outdated, so I just think this was probably not the best idea. But anyways, no one in the closet. Coco was not afraid. Coco just wanted in the closet.
Creepy, right? Let's have a closer look at the footage she caught. The motion alert was triggered by the closet door swinging open, but when Ashley investigates later, you see there's absolutely no space behind that section of the door for a person to hide. It's full of stuff all over, so what we're seeing doesn't look like a prank or an intruder. But the most compelling evidence might come from the one witness who seems to sense what the camera can't. Her cat, Coco. In the aftermath video, as Ashley shows the empty closet, watch Coco's tail. It's unsettled the whole time. Then, for a split second, the very tip begins to tremble incredibly fast. Now, animal behaviorists will tell you that a quivering tail tip can often be a sign of excitement or happiness, but in this tense situation, that sudden, lightning fast shivers feels like an intense reaction to something in that closet that only she can sense. And just moments later, Coco walks to the doorway and locks into that same unnerving stare, as if she's watching whatever was in the closet walk right out of the room. It's this kind of subtle, layered activity that makes this haunting so believable. It's no wonder Ashley eventually unplugged the camera. She realized she was living with something that didn't need to be seen to be felt, especially by her cat. It leaves you wondering, what would you do if the only member of your family who could truly see the ghost was your pet? Number 4. Ghostly whiskers. It's late at night and a man is home relaxing, playing video games while his only cat wanders around the room. It's a perfectly normal scene, until his security camera records an event that appears to defy the laws of physics. Okay, let's break this down, because two impossible things just happened. First, the coat on the wall. It's clearly on a hook, and as you know, things on hooks don't just fall off by themselves. That's the whole point. So for it to end up on the floor, something had to have taken it off. But the coat falling is just a distraction for the real mystery. We see the man's one and only cat near the door, but as the coat hits the floor, a second cat suddenly appears from under it and scurries away as the first one panics. So let's get this straight. We see two cats, but the owner is adamant and his security footage confirms he only has one. And on that night, the house was completely sealed, with every door and window locked. So what are we looking at here? A glitch in the Matrix that created a duplicate out of thin air? Or did the same spirit that threw the coat decide to manifest as a ghostly feline to play a prank? Whatever the explanation is, you have to admit one thing: that ghostly cat's vertical leap is literally out of this world. By the way, a huge thank you to our members of the week, Scott Osborne and Sky Master. You can join the wonderful people who make this content possible by signing up to our Patreon, or you can just like and subscribe. It's free and it helps a ton. Number 3. Latching on. A man working the overnight shift as a caretaker in a large, empty school begins to get the distinct feeling that he's being watched. After weeks of strange noises and fleeting shadows, he decides to start recording his rounds. He was expecting to capture nothing, but on this night, something decided to make itself known. Watch the door panel at the end of the hall.
A ver allí en la ventana. Ahí, que se ve algo, ¿sí ven? Ven. ¿Se alcanzan a ver la sombra?
A dark figure slowly moving through the glass. It looks like a kid's head, but what would a kid be doing there at stupid o'clock? He said he was too scared to go and check, so he can't really put this down to paranormal just yet. But then he starts hearing movement in one of the rooms and gets there just before a chair crashes to the floor, seemingly on its own. He swears the school is locked down and he's the only one there. And to be honest, after watching the other videos he posted, we believe him. So if he's telling the truth, what just knocked over that chair? You can blame one of his friends all you want, but it happened before, and this time it was actually caught on camera. And why did the light under the door extend after the chair fell over? Shaken, he decides to step out for some fresh air, but the feeling of being watched doesn't go away, and that's when he looks over and sees this. Of course, his viewers jumped straight to the skinwalker conclusion.
Como si estuviera alguien ahí.
Sure, they give you an uneasy feeling and their movements don't feel right somehow, but to us, this deer didn't seem at all suspicious. What was it looking at though? Could it have sensed something horrifying going on in the building? Well, it wasn't wrong. After this, the guy's understandably more shaken than he was before and was looking forward to just getting back home and relaxing, but he soon realised that something may well have followed him home from that school. The same figure that was looking at him through the school doors was doing the same thing at his windows. While it could be someone pretending to be a ghost and running away when he came out with the camera, where would they run to? There's literally nowhere to hide in there. Do you think something latched onto him during his night shifts? Was the deer trying to warn him, or did it have something to do with all of this? Let us know what you think in the comments. Number 2. Late night disruptions. At 3 AM, after not sleeping for 3 to 4 days, This guy knew something was trying to petrify him inside his own apartment. He had been hearing strange noises and sensing something spooky lingering in every room, but he tried to put it out of his head. But when the activity took it up a notch, he pulled out his camera to check he wasn't going crazy, which is when he caught this.
Son las 3 de la mañana, hace 3-4 días fácil que no puedo dormir. Se escuchan ruido por toda la casa y no sé qué hacer. Yo no creo mucho esto, no me da miedo, pero no sé. Grabo así, ¡la concha de su madre! Ahí está. ¿Quién carajo anda ahí? Es la nena esa de mierda de vuelta. Yo me voy a la mierda.
The strangest thing about this entire video is the crying in the bathroom. Where the hell is it coming from, and who is it? It's the clear sound of a child's cries, but they're so distinct. It could be a baby in a neighbouring apartment, but why is it coming directly from his bathroom? There isn't much room to hide anything in there, so who opened the door and who was sobbing? Could there be some unearthed history in this flat? Number 1. The Corby Monk. In March 2024, the British Paranormal Society uploaded footage from a driver on a lonely country road near Corby, UK. The road itself is unremarkable, but local legends tell a different story. They say it runs alongside the path of a silent monk, excommunicated for forbidden rites and secretly buried in these very hedgerows hundreds of years ago. Locals have claimed to have seen him for generations, but few have ever captured proof. Until now. Take a look. There, for just a moment, a figure in a dark hooded robe is standing by the side of the road, perfectly matching the description of the silent monk. Now, skeptics immediately jumped on this. One commenter pointed out that the figure casts a shadow from the car's headlights, suggesting it's a solid, living person, not a spirit. And maybe they're right, but there's a far more chilling thought. It means that on that lonely road, in the dead of night, someone is standing in the darkness, watching, waiting for you to take the bait. Where dude gets yanked into the air, gripping his throat like some invisible force is trying. It didn't flap, it didn't fall, it didn't make a sound. Whatever that was, it wasn't shaped like anything you'd expect in the middle of the night. Something humanoid. Lurking just a few steps away, its glowing eyes locked onto him like some giant predatory cat.